The most popular vehicle in the Mercedes-Benz lineup has been refreshed this year. Josh, what do we have?
We have a 2026 GLC 300 4MATIC, Brian. Good to see you today.
Yeah, good to see you too. Let's get this test drive going. If you're interested in a new Mercedes-Benz vehicle, come check out our inventory online at smellmercedesbenz.com. Now, Josh, the exterior color here is kind of a unique one here, right?
Yeah, there's a little color in the rainbow with this one, Brian. This is Verde silver.
And it's a little bit of green, a little bit of blue, and you got some metallic flakes in there. Whenever the sunlight hits it, this really shines and sticks out. The front of the vehicle has been refreshed this year, right?
Correct. And this particular one has the AMG line on it, which gives you a more aggressive front end.
Looks like you have the LED high performance headlights as well, right?
Correct. It works with mirrors and puts out a high output of energy. It gives you a real bright, approachable light.
And coming around the side, we have those 19-inch wheels.
It's an AMG 5-spoke wheel, Brian.
5-spoke wheel, yeah. Around the side, whenever I get into the vehicle, I have a keyless entry. I just put my hand through the handle. You can see how that automatically folds that side view mirror. We have the turn signal indicator, and that lets me get into the vehicle very easily. If I want to lock it up, key fob in my pocket, I'm just going to hit the ridge there, and that's going to lock that up. But what's great about that is that you don't just have that on the front doors, you have them on the back doors as well. So no need to open up one door to open up the back. And coming around the back side, the chrome accents really stick out here to me. GLC 300 4MATIC on the back. To get into this tailgate, I'm just going to press the button. We have that power tailgate all the way up. Chrome accents in here, Josh.
Yeah, you have the brushed aluminum here, which is coated at the moment. And then something that we noticed that we haven't really seen before is this chrome accent handle and a locking spare tire. But there is some storage under there if a lady wants to put a purse or any kind of valuables.
That's nice.
Pretty cool.
And if we look on the side here, we have the ability to put down the second row seats. So I'm just going to go ahead and press that. That's going to put that down, put this one down. And of course, this can come in and out, but it's nice to have that privacy guard. Definitely a lot of storage space in here, and that was pretty easy to do, along with some tie downs and some a little bit of storage there as well. Something else on the right side, you have a 12-volt charger. So if you end up doing any tailgating or need any power in the back of the vehicle, it's here. Jumping into the back seats, we have a nice light color interior. What is this called, Josh?
This is Neva Gray MB-Tex.
We have ventilation back here, which is really cool. We have some storage as well as 2 USB-C fast charging ports. On the back of these seats, you have storage as well. If I pull this down, we have an armrest. A little double push there brings out the cup holders. I can then put that away like so. My favorite feature though in the back seats is this large panoramic sunroof that comes all the way back to the back seats, giving me a lot of vertical visibility. And I gotta say, these seats hug me pretty well, Josh. All right, let's jump up front and get this thing on the road. Josh, here we are in the front seats of the GLC 300. A lot of really cool stuff already we're seeing on the doors. We both have ventilated and heated seats. What's cool about that is that Mercedes-Benz always does this. You have so many ways that you can adjust these seats. I feel like maybe we don't notice that or don't talk about that in these videos, but having heated and ventilated seats on top of all of this really great ways that the seats can adjust is really cool. When I look at these screens, we have a massive infotainment screen. What size is this?
10.5 inches.
Yeah. And the instrument cluster in front of me has to be somewhere around 8, right? I would think.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So very vivid, very vibrant. We have safety features on this steering wheel. On the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, we have our volume controls. But I can also adjust things on this screen, which is cool. I can do my classic mode. I can put my navigation up there. I can do my assistance. And something else that's really neat about this is they have this off-road mode. So you can see your pitch and tilt and your roll and all that great stuff on there. Oh, you even have a sport mode on here. Check that out. I can go over in the sport. That's really cool. You see your G-forces down there. That's neat.
It's cool.
Yeah. Some things about this infotainment system, Josh. Do we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto in here?
Yes.
And is that wireless?
Correct. It is.
Cool. So you can connect to your phone to make phone calls, send text messages, get directions, listen to your music, all that really great stuff.
Mobile office while you're rolling hands-free.
Yeah, it's great. And I gotta say, I love the layout of this dashboard too. It looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, this is a wire mesh here. Instead of the wood, they went with this. It's a little sportier.
Yeah.
Then you have like the brushed aluminum up above. Gives it a real good look.
And if you push this aside, we have our cup holders. We have 2 USB-C fast charging ports. And what's that down there?
This is a charger where you can just lay your phone in. And
Oh, it's a wireless phone charger? Yeah. Nice. If you look underneath the armrest here, what's nice about this, you have 2 USB-C fast charging ports in there, a little light, and this armrest opens 2 different ways, so you don't really have to disrupt somebody's arm to get in there. A lot of features on this car, including that large panoramic sunroof. What's nice about this up top is that if I just slide my finger back, I can stop that anywhere along the way, but also I can slide my finger back and it'll go all the way back. And I can even open up, if I do this again, if I press up into it, I can actually vent it. And a second slide of my finger after that's back will actually open up this screen, as well as allow a lot more air into here. So that's as far back as it goes, just behind our heads. We have that nice little windscreen up there. All right, so let's get the seatbelt on and get us out onto the road. And the first thing that I notice is that this seatbelt's hugging me. Josh, what is this?
It's a pretensioner to make sure that you're in the seat correctly and the seatbelt is across you correctly in the event of an accident.
And that's the thing about Mercedes. They're always thinking of these small things that you wouldn't think about, and you know, if nobody told you about them, you never know that they were there. But let's go ahead and check out this backup camera. Putting the vehicle into reverse, we have a nice large backup camera, very vivid. Turning the wheel, this shows you your projected angle back into a spot. You have a 360 camera over here, so I can actually get like a over the shoulder shot of all of these angles. You know, there's my front, there's my back, there's my other sides. If I were to go ahead and get close to something, you have that aura that changes there. And I'm hearing the beeping telling me I'm getting closer to something. So I definitely want to back off there. Something else that's pretty cool whenever you are in a parking lot or maybe a garage or something like that, you might have something come up in the front of the vehicle, right? Like we have this light post right here. So whenever that happens, this will pop up and let you know, hey, there's something out in front of you, right? The other thing cooler than having all of these camera angles, Josh, would be if this car parked itself.
It does, Brian.
It does. All right, well, how do we get that going?
So we have parking assistance here. We press on that. We start going through a parking lot, and it's going to look for parking spaces and light up. And as you can see there, it's telling us where we want to go. And right now it's saying it would back the car in. We can change it that it would pull the car in if we so choose. And when we're ready, we hit start the parking procedure.
Let's do it.
Take your hands and your feet off the brake and the wheel, and then it'll do itself. And as you can see, it lights up green versus when you're backing in manually, it does yellow to let you know that the car's in control.
Well, right there, it looks like it was not happy with the way that we were lined up, so it's now pulling us forward.
I find these cars to actually be pickier than we probably are ourselves about parking in this space.
And I will say it's doing this pretty rapidly here. It's really not, you know, struggling, but you have right here all the way back into the spot. That's a pretty quick park job here as we come to the end. Like that, pretty easily.
And not only will it do front or rear parking, it will also do parallel parking if that situation presents itself.
And you know how much people hate parallel parking, right? Just in normal mode, getting this thing out onto the road. It's nice, smooth transition up to power, really responsive. Everything you really need to get out onto the road here in Pennsylvania. Do we have different driving modes in here?
Yes. If we look at this button here, it's dynamics. Currently we are in comfort mode. You can do economy if you choose to, you want to save gas. It has a sport mode, and then it also has an independent mode where you can set things based on your preferences. And what's cool about all this is that when you set your preferences, such as your seat and all those kind of things, and the mode you want to drive, there's a fingerprint scanner here. So if you get in the car or your significant other gets in the car, they can just hit it with the fingerprint scanner and it will put everything into place.
So it'll know who's driving then. That's really neat. I'm going to kick us over into sport and get us out onto the highway though. All right, there's a clear difference between this and that normal mode, that's for sure. The engine, I'm hearing it. whenever I get off the accelerator, I'm still hearing that revving. What kind of engine do we have in here? What kind of horsepower?
This is an inline 4-cylinder, putting out 255 horsepower and 295 foot-pound of torque.
Wow, that's significant for this class, I'll say that.
The other thing that's really significant about these cars is they have what's called the mild hybrid system, and it's not to be confused with like an EV per se, but it does some things. The battery component of the car absorbs a lot of the things that would be taken away from the motor, such as the air conditioner in more conventional vehicles.
Something else that we do have in here is the adaptive cruise control. I went ahead and set that right now, and I have my assistance features up here on my instrument cluster. So you can actually see that it's registered. It knows that that's a truck in front of us, and it's slowing us. I have it set to 50 miles per hour, which is the speed limit. We're not going any faster than 43, so what, it's slowing us based on their speed, right?
Correct. You can set your preference of 1, 2, 3 car lengths away so that it will distance you from that car. So if the car is going 20 miles in front of you, that's as fast as you're going to go. If you choose to go in the lane to pass the car, once you put your turn signal on, the car will speed up to what you have the vehicle set up.
So right there, it brought us down to a complete stop as that was turning, you know, that was coming down to a complete stop. So they got out of the way, so we accelerated through. Another thing we have active right now is lane keep assist, and I noticed that that little icon up there on my instrument cluster is now green. And what happens whenever that's the case is if I inch over here to the left, this is just taking us and kind of pinballing us between the lines of the road, right?
Yeah, it'll straighten you out.
Now, Josh, what kind of warranty do you get with this vehicle?
This comes with a 4-year, 50,000 mile bumper to bumper and 24-hour roadside assistance.
All right, let's check out the turning radius. Just turning the wheel, bring us around. No problem there with the turning radius. Let's get up to speed. Absolutely not a problem there in sport mode. At 255 horsepower, gives you a nice sporty feel to this.
No, it's nice and zippy.
Yeah. We got a vehicle coming up at our blind spot. My mirror lights up. And if I turn on my turn signal, that flashes and beeps at me to alert me somebody's over there. So the 2026 GLC 300, it's no wonder it's so popular. It's got so many different features in it, Josh. If people have questions about any of this, how would they be able to contact you?
You can contact me at Route 30 in Greensburg, at Bud Smale Motor Cars, or SmaleMercedes-Benz.com.
And that's going to do it for our test drive today, guys. So until next time, enjoy the ride.